Hello, friends. Welcome to Having to Roll. Till Death Saves to Us, part our tabletop roleplay gaming series. Today we're playing our one-on-one Dungeons and Dragons campaign, The Land of Vampires, which has been written by our friends over at Grove Guardian Press that makes some cool content for your one-on-one or D&D duet needs. Links for them can be found in our About section on our Twitch. Robin,
Hey.
do
Yes,
you have any
Oliver.
announcements for us?
Yes, as well as catching us here on Twitch, we are also on pretty much all other forms of social media as well. We have a TikTok page, an Instagram, a Twitter, Facebook page, and we also have a growing Discord community. So if you're not already on the Discord community, definitely come join us there and hang out with us. Along with our D&D content that we're bringing to you at the minute, we also have our podcast where we chat about many different things. More LARP recently, actually. We've had a lot of LARP podcasts out recently. So links to all of those can be found here on Twitch in the About section.
Exactly. Welcome along as well if you've joined us from the LARP community. So, before we dive into some D&D stuff, first of all, my name's Oliver. I'll be your storyteller and your dungeon master. Robin will be your player, our intrepid bard. And speaking of bards...
Bards?
So, Robin is playing a character by the name of Annalise, and this is a character you've played for a while, right? Was she your first? She wasn't your first bard, was she?
I would say yes, she was,
Like a proper
because
bard.
I played Torvi as a bard for one session. No, Annalise was my first
Like a
bard.
proper bard. I thought that because I
Yeah.
thought you maybe played a bard briefly, but Annalise was. So you played her, even though you played her in this campaign. But you've played her in lots of other campaigns, haven't you?
I'd say coming up for 3 years of playing in various campaigns with Annalise, so
Yeah.
I know her well.
So we weren't going to kind of announce. It's not really. It's partly our thing to announce. A company in the UK, a great company by the name of Crit, have just finished a Kickstarter called Glorious Taverns. It is a supplement book that's 5e compatible, compatible, a little bit compatible as well as compatible as well.
Yes.
As well. And it showcases some cool taverns and some cool bards, some drinks, some drinking games. The bards can be used as NPCs in your own campaigns. However, if you turn to page 195 of this book that isn't out for sale yet, unless you back the Kickstarter, you'll find a very familiar bard actually from this very campaign. You know what I'm going to do? Sorry for audio listeners that won't be able to see this, but what I'm going to do is just going to change to my gaming intermission screen. Oh, which doesn't work. I forgot that was not going to work. It's fine. Hopefully you might be able to see in here. You'll find a very familiar bard in the shape of Annalise,
Yay.
who has now been immortalized in a D&D supplement TTRPG book. So if you want to add Annalise to your game, we will. I was so excited. I wanted to show everyone on the stream. I will for the next. I think next week I'm going to find out when Crit are going to have them available. If you want to go pick it up, and we'll be giving you some more information on. We'll probably have a look at it maybe on one of our streams. Have a look at Annalise's stat block and her write-up as well in the book.
For anyone who's interested, I have added the writers in the Instagram link, in the chat link. Their Instagram. So the two writers, Denali and House of Paint on Instagram. So they are the writers and creators of Glorious Taverns, and Critit is their sponsor. So they will be available on Critit. So far, there isn't a proper date yet. I think they're waiting for all the Kickstarter supporters to receive everything first and then go from there. But it is going to be coming.
Yeah, I also got some real cool dice, which I'm going to share some pictures of in our Discord and probably on social media as well. But they are little beer dice as well that I got on the same Kickstarter. So I'm super excited to use them today.
head to our Instagram. There is already a lovely picture of the dice right there on our Instagram.
You're on it. You already.
I posted it yesterday.
What?
I'm
You're
on
way
it.
ahead of me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to make some nice pictures of these to share.
I took them out to the sun. I took lots of pictures of them. But we didn't have beer yesterday, so I need to take some fresh ones with the beer.
Well, I thought that, like a nice jug of ale or something, and some nice pictures of the beer dice. Finally, a dice for me. That's what I feel. So that's why I backed the entire Kickstarter, was for the beer dice.
We need like a women's shampoo advert style for these dice with you. You know, like.
Well,
because I'm worth it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I've been in the community for so long, and so many people I know and friends have always been like, "Oh yeah, this dice just really speaks to me. It's so warlocky. This one's so paladin-y. This one's so cleric-y." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool colors, dice, all right." And then this one, I saw this one, I was like, "Yeah, beer dice." Anyway,
I'm just now thinking Family Guy. And now, women scream in a box. Finally, scream for me.
yeah, kind of. Finally, one for all. So, do you want
to play some D&D?
Actually, play some D&D with
yeah.
Annalise the Bard. Okay.
Dice tray.
You do need dice tray. Okay, so last we left off, our adventurous bard Annalise and her companion Kalina had taken the heart of the field from the undead spectre of Renwick. The heart of the field is the item that the physician Lazarus had tasked them to retrieve. After fleeing Renwick's manor, they came face to face with a group of fae, the leader of which, a beautiful elven woman, introduced herself as Trista. Trista explained the heart of the field is a sacred item from one of the four fanes. Stymhorods' fall into darkness twisted its true nature, however, making it a font of corruption. Introductions were cut short, however, as a hungry party of black-coated werewolves appeared from nowhere and started pursuing the party. Annalise and Kalina, they ran into the protected Fey forest, unbeknownst to them, known as the Green Vale. Trista escorts them to the safety of Berryville, a village of very adorable, tiny houses inhabited by sprites, pixies, and mousefolk. In Berryville, Trista introduced the party to Mariella, an old woman who seems to be playing caretaker for Berryville. Mariella offers them a place to stay, and they are reunited with an old friend in the form of the half-orc Baruch. Annalise, as you stand there with Kalina and Baruch catching up close by, Mariella and Trista look on when, seemingly from out of nowhere, a green-skinned fae with pixie-cut green hair, missing the tip of her left ear, pointing to my right ear, her left ear, leaps from the treetops, lands between the two parties. She has a very dangerous-looking lance at her side, and she has very intense green eyes kind of looking straight at you, and she marches straight over to you, specifically to you and Kalina, and gives you both just a searching look right into your faces.
Annalise will kind of, she's a little overwhelmed. She's just met Farouk again and everything, so she's a wee bit overwhelmed, and she'll just kind of look over to her and just be like, "Oh, hello there. My name is Annalise. What may I call you?"
Her expression doesn't change, and she just goes, turns about, marches over to where Trista and Mariella are. She walks straight up to Trista and starts speaking to her. "Do you speak Sylvan?"
Oh, I think I do
You
actually.
do speak Sylvan, okay.
I'm a high elf. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. What am I?
Are you? I thought you were a half elf.
I'm a half elf. I'm a half high elf. I'm a high half elf.
That's cool. But do you speak Sylvan?
I'm trying to see. No, it just says Elvish, Orc, and Common.
Yeah, if you didn't choose it, then okay. So there looks like a heat from this newcomer's perspective, heated from her end, almost a. You can do me an insight check if you want, just to see if you can gauge what type of conversation this is.
Seven, 8, 9, 10. 11 for insight.
11. Okay, yeah, it looks like this newcomer is kind of questioning Trista quite sternly. But Trista seems very relaxed and seems to just be responding, not in kind, basically. Just she seems very relaxed about it. Once the conversation is over, the newcomer looks back at you three, scowls, and then stalks off back into the woods.
Turn to Varuk and Kalina and be like, "Oh, well, she seemed really pleasant. Is that how pleasant everyone else here?"
Yeah, no, she's she kind of did the same to me when I stumbled in here.
But you're good friends now, no?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, that's Velaviren.
Velaviren?
Yeah, she's the Grand Marshal of the Vale. She's the one in charge, basically.
Ah, so we probably want to be like on her good side then.
Yeah, well, she don't like outsiders.
So I am confused because like you said that we're not allowed to leave here. But the person in charge does not like outsiders, so how does that work?
It's more because we're a liability, and, well, we're more of a liability if we leave and lead danger here, right?
I suppose so, but I mean, like, I've got terrible sense of direction. I would never find my way back here. Like, why don't we just, if they were to put me somewhere in the woods and spin me 3 times, I'd never find this place again.
Well, I mean, they don't know you like I know you, Annalise, so. Also, hey, Kalina. How you doing? Nice to see you again.
Oh, yes, Galina's been wonderful. She's like kept me alive and everything, and stopped me from getting lost.
Well, exactly. I mean, you said you couldn't find this place. You tried, but you did. How did you find this place anyway?
Oh, right. Well, okay. So we came through like the blood portal, and then we ended up in a weird village. Oh no, the arms started to attack us from the ground first.
Arms.
And yes, arms.
Okay.
Then we came across this place where everybody was sick, and they blamed the witches, and then the witches said it wasn't them, but then we think it might have been the witches.
Yeah.
Then we had to go to another place, but they had this weird religious cult, so we tried to get rid of them by releasing a fire elemental.
Makes sense.
That's probably a problem for later, though.
Of course.
Oh, but then we saw the other village, and the other village has a vampire in charge, but he's like a nice vampire.
Why wouldn't it be? Yeah.
And he's like really good. And his physician sent us over here to get a cursed artifact from this old house. So we got the artifact. It's in my bag. I have a pet mimic. And then we went into the woods. And the really pretty one, her over there, she found us. And then some big dogs started chasing us, and we ran with them, and then we were here.
Oh. That's a lot.
I mean, it's only been like a couple of days, but it feels like it's been weeks.
Well, yeah, it's been a couple of days. I mean, after you and Kalina jumped through that portal, I checked on the young man that was there before we jumped in. He didn't.
Yes.
He didn't make it.
Oh.
but I did find a piece of paper. It seems he had signed some kind of contract with Nasark. It seemed like an agreement. I couldn't really make out some of the writing. Maybe it was some sort of magical incantation. I don't know. I didn't recognize it.
Do you still have it?
No. I jumped through the portal. I ended up in some forest. Then I got chased by these big wolves.
They were like really big, right?
Yeah, standing on two legs. Start chasing me. Ended up upside down by my ankles. Yeah, it seems I'd run into some sort of trap. So I was hanging upside down for about 4 hours. It was a good hiding spot, but yeah. And then I got cut down by some walking, talking mouse folk.
They're so nice, aren't they? I mean, like,
yeah, they're growing
we've
on
met
me.
some wonderful friends here.
Yeah, no, they're great. I mean, Taverns. Well, I mean, some of the bigger folk in the Vale may be a little bit serious, but these guys are, fun as hell. You look around and there's just this like little Smurf-like town of just whimsy going around, just like picking berries and just mice like dancing with pixies. And...
Are there still like mouse kids like dangling off the bells on my skirt at this point?
Yeah.
Are they like they're still just like wee?
Yeah. There's still a few kind of mouse mothers trying to get their kids out of the big bowl of good berries that you were eating earlier, telling them they'll be sick. there's like little semicircles of mouse folk and pixies and sprites just like sitting cross-legged, just singing nursery rhymes and.
Varug, I don't think I'd ever want to leave here. It almost seems like this place is like my idea of paradise.
Yeah, I mean, it feels kind of safe, but it kind of grates on me a little bit. I mean, it's definitely up your alley, at least. But for me, it's a little bit different from the day-to-day of a town guard, But hey, I wanted something different, so.
I mean, like, this is good for you because you could add this to like your experience and everything, and maybe like climb up a bit because I know they said that we cannot leave, but I'm sure we'll be able to leave.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to push it, Like you said, we've only been here a few days, and it's from what I've been told, it's pretty shitty out there. I mean, half of that stuff you told me, it doesn't surprise me with the stories I've been hearing.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, if I lived somewhere with all of that going on outside and I'd created the safe space, I would not want anyone to know it was here. I would want to make sure that my family and friends are all safe. So we know that we are trustworthy, but they don't know that yet. So perhaps we show them that we are trustworthy. And then eventually, perhaps they will, let us head back and try to find our way home.
Well, maybe. I guess we can ask them.
Precisely. Well, we have had quite a hectic day so far, with all the fighting and the running. And I think we did more running than fighting, actually. But...
yeah, well...
do you have, where do you sleep here? Or where do you rest and things? Like, do you just, climb into one of the trees? Or...
No. No, have a sleeping bag, Just...
oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I just tend to just sleep right here, Just looks at the floor.
Oh, that's quite cute.
Well, I mean, it's pretty safe, so... Anyway, maybe Mariella will have a better idea as to how we can maybe get out of here.
Well,
What's the plan if we do get out of here? I mean, I'm assuming you never
Well-
mentioned the sock in your story, so I'm assuming.
my plan is to go back to like the second place we went to with the one that's like, led by the vampire. Because they gave us the most information. And they want the artifact because they think that's what's causing all the bad stuff. So I was going to take the artifact to them, see if they could do something with it. And we were going to carry on hunting the sock, right, Kalina?
Well, yes, but it's funny when you explain it like that. It seems a bit odd to trust another vampire when we're already hunting a vampire.
I mean, I guess so. But this vampire seems nicer. Like, he seems like, he's definitely been through some stuff, but he
Well, I
seems
mean-
nicer.
He was practically fossil. I mean, he was very old looking.
He was. And, I mean, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have gone back into the weird cult. We wouldn't have released the fire monster. And I wouldn't have got my cute little mimic pets.
Yeah, you keep saying that. I mean, I don't know much about mimics, but are they not dangerous?
Oh, no. He's like really sweet. He's like a cute little glass ball, right? Oh, there's 2 glass balls in my bag. I don't know which one is the mimic, though. I keep forgetting if it's the bigger one or the smaller one. So it's a fun surprise every time. But we shouldn't let either one of the balls out here because he might eat all the little people.
Yeah. I mean, wait, hang on. So you got a mimic? What's the other ball?
I don't know yet. She puts her hand into her bag. And she's trying to figure out which one's the mimic first. She's like, oh, wait, I know. She'll take out, she'll grab one of the berries, one of the good berries. And she'll go to drop it into the bag and go, okay, catch.
You hear it drop into the bag. You don't hear anything for a couple of seconds, and then you hear a.
Okay. And then she'll feel around to see which one is the mimic and which one's not.
Yeah, I mean, you pull the mimic out first because it sticks to your hand.
Hello.
It's a crystal ball.
He's so cute. He's really cute. And
Yeah,
he's like,
it's a crystal ball.
no, but he's not just a crystal ball, but the only way I can show you is if you touch him and he might bite you.
I think Lazarus said you could stop it another way.
Oh, compliments.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
That's the one.
Oh, that was it. You are so cute. Aren't you the cutest little mimic?
So you should say that the crystal ball. It's kind of really odd because it's sort of obviously it's like translucent, so you can see through it, and then this just like opaque like blackness opens up as the mouth comes apart in like a weird like toothy Pac-Man type thing of crystal ball going on now as this purple tongue comes out and goes.
So cute. He's just so cute and
Yeah.
adorable.
And because it was stuck to your hand, it's just and it just rolls off to the side of your hand, just into the bag again.
Okay, right. He's back in his bed, and then I'll put my hand in and take out the other ball that is just a ball.
Yeah, it's a smallish, like a palmful of an actual crystal ball. Yeah.
Okay, so I have this. I don't know what it does. I stole it from a cult leader's desk.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned this cult.
Yes, they were a little bit strange, but I have
As
this.
opposed to normal cults that are full of normal people. Sure.
That's a good point. Actually, that's a good point. Okay. They were like more strange than like your normal cult. Like
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I thought so anyway. Anyway, this is the ball. Do you know anything about crystal balls, Farouk?
Let me see. Let me get my third eye out. No, I don't know. No idea.
Oh, well.
Maybe someone. You know stuff about magic, don't you?
I do. But not like the kind of stuff that, could tell me what this is. Yeah. I don't think.
Yeah, you can you don't need like the identify spell to or detect magic. If it's a magical item, if you spend enough time with it, then you can figure it out. So if you spend like a long rest with it, then you can kind of figure out.
I think like if I spend the time resting with the crystal ball, I might be able to know what's going on with it.
Yeah, maybe sleep with it under your pillow or something.
Oh, I could. It's quite hard, and like, yeah, I could try to sleep with it like under my pillow. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be fine, and maybe I will know what it is and what it might do.
Hey, yeah. I mean, they usually like see the future and stuff, right?
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like I could find out what's going to happen, and then I could like just go around like knowing what's going to happen. Oh no, that would be awful. Could you like imagine if I like found out something really bad was going to happen and I just knew it was going to happen?
You could see own death and then that's all you could think about was own death.
Kalina, I did not even think of that.
Yeah, I saw play once. It was very scary.
I don't want to see my own death.
Yeah, person saw her own death, spent all life trying to avoid his fate, and him trying to avoid it causes him to die, you know?
That sounds awful.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Okay. Well, maybe it'll tell me something useful, like it'll show the fight between us and Nasak, and it'll show Nasak's secret weapon, and we'll get there. We're like, we know your secret weapon. You'll have to come up with something else.
That would be real useful.
Okay, right. I will sleep with the crystal ball. We see what it does, see what it tells us, and yes,
it's your solution to everything, Annalise.
Sleep with it. That is not my solution to everything, okay? I have been... Kalina, you tell him. I have been really good on this trip.
Yes, she's been very, very restrained. She's no been flirting with dead bodies chasing us or big wolves trying to eat us.
Okay, Kalina, you're not helping, actually. Shut up.
Or the vampires. Or the cultists. No. She's not flirted with any of them.
Okay, to be fair, I've not really had anything new to flirt with, but still.
Yeah, it's true. This place sucks. No, well, not this place. This little mice kind of go. Ah! This place lovely.
This place is lovely.
It is.
I mean, like, maybe one of the people here in charge can help me with the cursed artifact. I mentioned it to them and told them. They seemed a little bit preoccupied with running away from the wolves. So maybe I asked them now. Maybe I asked the blonde one over there. Maybe she might know.
You do notice at this point that Trista has departed, but Mariella is still there.
Got it, Mariella. Mariella is the...
She is the older woman that seems to be playing kind of caretaker. Basically, it's the only human-sized shack or building in Berryville.
Got it. I'm just going to go and ask Mariella there. She seemed to she had some knowledge there. I'm going to go ask her, see if she maybe could tell me something about this, because I feel like it's really bad and kind of pressing.
Yeah, I guess we better speak to him before we make a plan. I was going to ask, what, even if we leave here, we go back to this Sebastian, and does that get us any closer to Nasak? I mean, I'm all for helping some village you found, but
Well, the thing is, this artifact, they think this artifact is the reason why everything is the way it is now. The people here, they say that the woods used to be all like Berryville, all lovely and wonderful, and now it is not. I think that this artifact, if maybe we destroy it or we fix it or something, perhaps that might get rid of all the evil that is going on, like the limbs coming out of the ground and attacking us.
Yeah, it could be. We just need to smash it.
That is your solution to everything. We don't have to smash it.
Hey, no, I'm not like you.
Oh, you made a joke. That was really dirty for you.
I found it very funny.
You did. See, I missed this. I missed the three of us like this. This is lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old times.
Why don't you two chill out for a little bit? I think Kalina needs some sort of alcohol. And I'm going to go and speak to Mariella about this artifact.
Yeah, sure.
She'll head over to Mariella, so you don't have to bring all the NPCs with you.
You walk away, and like the camera like lingers on Kalina and Varuk as the charismatic ones just walked away, and they're just like nodding. And then the camera goes back to you.
Cool.
You head over to Mariella. She's kind of fussing over a few of the mouse folk and some of the pixies as well. But so a couple of the pixies are now kind of causing problems as well with the good berries. They're kind of trying to steal them. Kind of trying to like hide them under their little hats, which are like upside down flowers, but really obviously as well. And Mariella's like, no, come on, and they're like, I haven't got anything. And there's like 20 good berries and then plonked on their head, and then the hat is like barely covering them. Oh, I'm sorry, Annalise.
Oh, no, you seem to, be a little bit busy here with the pixies stealing your berries.
Yeah, that's a day in my life. I've totally forgotten how this NPC spoke. It's fine. It speaks like this now.
Sounds fine.
Yeah.
So, I was wondering if I could perhaps ask you something, because you seem to be rather knowledgeable.
Yes.
Well, when your people, when they found us, we had just finished retrieving an artifact, a cursed artifact. The Heart of the Field?
Heart of the Field, yes.
Like, I have it now. And we believe this is what's causing everything to be so bad out there. Do you know what we should do with this?
It's not necessarily that the Heart of the Field is causing all the bad outside of the Vale. I mean, I don't know what Trista told you, but the Vale, all of Stymhorods used to be like this.
Yes, she did say that.
But it is not this artifact's doing. The corruption of Stymhorod has corrupted the artifact.
Oh.
And now it is spilling out corruption from itself. It is just reflecting the evil that's in the land already. I'm afraid it's the other way round from what you think.
Well, that makes things a little bit harder. Do you know
can
what?
I see it?
Yes, of course. And she puts her hand into the bag and she pulls it out and just hands it straight to her.
Yeah, sure. She has a look at it. Yes. I can see the corruption spilling from this, and she has this kind of real kind of, even though she's relatively like mellowly, she does have that kind of like Radagast the Brown vibe as well, kind of as she's studying it, and He just hands it back to you. The corruption spilling out of the heart of the field. It would make any lush meadow into a swamp. I don't know why it's found its way to you, but just know whatever you do with it, it'll have a great impact on Stymhorod.
Okay. Well, from what you have told me, I think that our paths are aligned. We came through this way, following someone evil, someone dark, someone by the name of Lord Nasak. We followed him to these lands, and we have been trapped here ever since. The evil, the corruption that comes from him, the things he has done. We intend on stopping him. I do not know what has caused everything to be so dark here, but I feel that beings such as him may not be helping it. Perhaps removing him from these lands may shed a tiny bit of light, may actually help the heart of the field.
My dear, Stymhorod, its problems go further back than you can imagine. And although I think what you're suggesting might help, there are bigger things in play.
Like what?
I've already said too much. Anyway, look what we have here. she gestures, pretty obviously with your passive insight deflecting a bit, right?
Yeah.
But as you look round, luckily for Mariella, there seems to be some really excited-looking mouse folk carrying a couple of them, like carrying barrels. Barrels probably only about it's only about the size of your hand. However, it's taking like 4 or 5 of them to kind of carry them. One of them seems to be you can see like platters that seem to be moving on their own because they seem they're being carried by mouse folk. So you have these beautiful wooden carved platters holding big blocks of cheese. There's one with a huge cake. There's one with all these little sandwiches lined up. Now they look big relative to the mouse folk, but they're quite tiny for you. And there's loads of little kids. There's one mouse that seems to be carrying a load of what look like tiny little rockets, tiny little fireworks. And as they all start marching over to you, it's like they seem extremely excitable. Ruto is there. And there's another mouse next to him with little velvet gloves. He's like, right, time for the party to begin, yeah. Ruto goes, they really like new people. It's a reason to party.
Well, I think that is a wonderful idea, and I would love to party with you.
Okay, let's do it! Hey! And they all start as they go. Hey! There's all this little like cacophony of little squeaky cheers, and everyone like calls to action and starts setting up chairs, little chairs, stools. None big enough for you or Baruch or Kalina, but tons of chairs. From practically nowhere as well. This like they start constructing this kind of long table as well, and they start putting the platters down. They start then handing out little thimbles of whatever it is that's coming out the barrels. So I mean, it's up to you how you want to spend this party, whether you're gonna party with them or not. I think I probably know the answer.
No, I go back to my bedroll and no, I Annalise just sort of shouts over to Kalina and Brooke. Come on, you two, stop being so antisocial and get your butts over here. Let's show these wonderful people how we like to party.
As you look over at Varuk and Kalina, it looks like they are both actually relieved that you shouted over and caused them to actually do something else, other than just stand there awkwardly. And they come on over. And there's already there's a sprite that flies down, stands on the table, takes out a little tiny fiddle, and starts playing some a little bit more kind of upbeat, think kind of what would kind of Fae type music be like? I imagine like very Celtic folky.
Yeah.
It's style of music, and then the dancing starts, and you see all the little mouse mothers with their little pinnies on, helping the children, teaching them how to dance. Screw it. There's like a Kaylee. There's like a mouse Kaylee. There's a mouse Kaylee going on.
Annalise will look over to Varuk and Kalina. I'm assuming they're probably like just standing there with a drink, and you're just like, right, you two, come on, it is time to dance. Here, and she puts her hand out to Kalina.
Okay, yeah.
Kicks her hand, and she goes and starts dancing away and just having some fun.
Do a charisma check for Kalina.
Straight. Oh, so for Kalina?
For Kalina.
Oh.
I know you can frickin' dance.
Just straight charisma.
Just a charisma check, yeah.
That's a 9 plus 2 is 11.
Okay, no, so
that's
she,
not bad, actually.
yeah, and because it's like it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit awkward the dancing, but because it is the Kaylee style, there is instructions, and the instructions are a little bit hard to hear because one of the sprites who's joined his fellow fiddlist. And there's now a proper band. There's one with a little. There's also a mouse with like a tambourine and a set of clogs on.
Oh my god!
And one of them's taken the role of MC, and he's like, right, okay, we're gonna do. And everyone stops, and the three of you are like straining to hear as all these little mice are on their dance floor, and the two of you are kind of in line. Awkwardly, like looking down, trying to hear the instructions. He's like, "No, okay, it's 3 steps. Then you turn, then you spin, then you change partners, and then you." it's so Kalina has instruction. She's not the most graceful though. She's a little bit wooden, but she looks like she's having fun. Varuk, at one point, after. He kind of has a little word with some of the mice with the barrels, and then it looks like there's a sprite with a green tunic on that seems to be kind of just like sitting on his shoulder and going, oh yeah, and pointing. They disappear for a little while, and as you're in the middle of the dance, you see him come back with a proper sized barrel. Like an actual freaking barrel, not like just a shot.
Where did he get that?
Yeah. As you stop to dance, and she's like, I'm so thirsty, and so she, so thirsty. So she ends up with like a little thimble of whatever this is, just kind of, and then looks at the barrel and goes, oh okay. Varuk puts it on the side, taps it, then fills up some actual ale mugs.
Oh my gosh. There you go, Kalina. I think that's maybe a bit more appropriate than the thimbles.
So the ale is kind of honey flavored, if you like.
Mm.
The stuff that the mice are drinking and the sprites and pixies is a mead that is very, very sweet.
Annalise is probably going to keep drinking the ridiculously sweet mead. She's enjoying all this, you know.
Okay.
She's gonna drink all the fey alcohol. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Yeah. So, it gets a bit crazy. Once the sort of the Kaylee's done, there's little they start letting the fireworks off as the night goes on, and they're quite cute because the actual firework display is like at eye level for you. So, a couple of them kind of go a bit stray and kind of singe a bit of Kalina's hair, you know, but she kind of brushes it off. It's fine. I would since you're having a good time, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
There it is. That's a +3. I rolled a 5, so that's 8.
Okay. So as the night goes on, you head back. The three of you put up. It's more like there's probably a name for it, like a lean-to tent, not a full-on tent. The weather is very mild and nice. In Berryville, you lay out your bedrolls. The partitions that you make with the canvas is basically for like privacy for, you know, the girls and the boys. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Yeah, you know how it goes. You drift off to sleep. The following morning, as I change the music.
No, that's just still what's buzzing in Annalise's head.
yeah, buzzing. The following morning, you are feeling maybe a little bit worse for wear. As you get up you don't get up, as you awaken, you do notice that Kalina and Varuk are both still asleep, and there's no sign of any of the mouse folk. It looks like they've all gone home. The sun is rising. However, there seems to be a lot of mess around your bed as your bag of holding lays on the floor. And the crystal ball is there. Another crystal ball is there. Another crystal ball is there.
No mice to be seen.
And a few scattered bits and pieces as well. I'm going to say this would probably be an enclosed space, even though you probably see over the top of it. Enclosed as in there's probably canvas there, you know.
Okay. So Annalise will kind of like realize that it's all over the floor and just be like, start putting everything back in. And she's going to have a look, see if there's anything missing. So obviously both the crystal balls are there. One of them she was intending to sleep with under her pillow, but she had a lot of meat. She's probably forgotten about that. Is the heart of the field laying around there?
That's the obvious thing that's missing.
Oh. Shit. Okay. She'll put everything into the bag and then she starts sort of like looking around for it. So she's going to like look around her bed and then she'll start like looking around where Varuk is and where Kalina and everyone is and just start trying to find it.
Okay, do me an investigation check.
I rolled a 6. I think it's a +1. Let me just double check. Yes, so 7.
Okay, so you can't see, apart from the fact that there is stuff lying around everywhere as if someone was looking for something. There's no there's no discernible footprints from what you can see. But there is what looks like a disturbance in the ground, probably about 5 feet away from where you were all sleeping.
Okay. She'll have a look at that closer then, see if she can figure out what might have been there.
Okay, do me a survival check.
Okay. Oh, that was a 19. My survival is a 4, so that's 23.
Nice. You find small tracks, made by small, they're like boot prints.
Okay.
But they're small, almost child size. They seem to be heading. The footprints kind of meander and then head north.
Okay. She's going to head back to the tent to wake up the others, before following it. So she'll go over to, because so you said that the girls were in one section and like Baruch was in another.
Yeah.
So she'll go to Kalina first, and she'll just sort of like, Kalina, wake up.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's I think maybe we've had a little bit of a situation.
Oh yes, a big situation last night.
Well, you remember a situation?
Yeah, very drunk.
Oh no, yes, we were very drunk. But also, I think somebody has been in our room and stolen the heart of the field.
Her demeanor just completely changes when you say that, and is like up, kind of looking for a weapon. What do you mean stolen? It just missed. Did you see anything?
I did not see it happen, but my bag of holding, it was like open and like everything was out. And that's the only thing that's missing. But I found some tracks. I think maybe perhaps we follow it and see.
Well, what about Mimic?
Well, that's what I'm confused, because I thought Mimic would have maybe, bitten anything that went inside the bag.
What was he doing when you woke up? Was he in back or not?
He was on the floor. Wait a minute. Let me try and speak to him. She puts her hands in to pick up Mimic.
Okay, yeah, Mimic just sticks to your hand.
Hello, Mimic. You look very beautiful this morning.
Once again, the black cavity of razor-sharp teeth and a big purple tongue kind of lolls out as these yellow eyes ping open in a kind of grin, doing his normal panty. However, out of his mouth, there seems to be some white hair. Also, on his tongue, there seems to be green smearing, and across his lips.
Oh, what have you... Did you eat something last night, Mimic? Did something come in here? Okay, drop it.
It's like a dog with just like something on its mouth. It has no idea.
Okay. I'm just going to and she kind of tries to have a look at the green stuff and be like, do I recognize what it is?
Have you got the performer background?
No, I don't think so.
No, what's your background?
Charlatan.
Okay. Are you proficient in
disguise kit, forgery kit, loot bell, wargong?
Okay, so you're proficient in disguise kit.
Yeah, I've got a disguise kit and I'm proficient in it.
The green is body paint makeup.
Got it. Okay. So, whatever was in here had green body paint on.
What the hell?
The only green person I saw yesterday was that person who's in charge.
Was that really body paint?
I don't think. Why don't we ask Varuk? Maybe Varuk knows if somebody around here wears green body paint.
Yeah. I'll go wake him up.
Okay.
She disappears behind the canvas that is Varuk's. And then you just hear a thud. Then you hear a... Ugh! Get up. Things happening.
Now, Galina, I never am mean to you like that in the morning.
This is always mean to me.
I don't push you out of bed.
I would prefer push or a kick than...
Then gently waking you, fine. Tomorrow I will push you out of bed.
No, it's more like high-pitched. Hey, Galina, get up.
High-pitched.
Okay. Anyway, Varuk, get up. What, huh?
Somebody with green body paint stole the heart of the field.
That's always something.
Do you know if anyone around here wears green body paint?
No.
With maybe white fur or hair or something?
What?
Or like white fluff on them?
White fluff. Not that I can say, but this is a weird place.
I think we follow the tracks. I don't think we tell anyone about this though, because I feel like we obviously cannot trust people.
I mean, you sure?
I am sure.
Okay, well, let's head north then.
Yay, let's go following the tracks. Okay. I got to put Mimic back.
He kind of sticks there for a second and then...
Oh, you're so handsome.
He just drops into drops into the bag.
Okay, let's go follow the tracks, see what we find.
Do me a survival check.
Survival. Oh no. Oh, wait, no, it's a 15, not a 5. 15 plus 4 is 19.
19, okay. You managed to follow the tracks for, let's say, kind of like 400 yards before they disappear altogether.
Okay, so I can... They seem to come to here and now they're just gone. Looking around the area, can she see, like... So they've just stopped. Are we next to, like, trees or anything? Or,
yeah,
like, I don't know, like a nice little ladder?
You do an investigation check.
Okay, investigation. 17 plus 1 is 18.
17, okay. You do see another green smear on a nearby branch. And it's the same stuff.
Look, whatever it was, it must have brushed up against here. Maybe it's in one of the trees.
Okay, well, should we start climbing trees or?
Well, which one though? There's like so many.
Give me another investigation check if you want.
You know, I actually have this idea, guys. There's something I could do. I could just ask the trees.
Okay. The DM says, yeah. Not the NPCs. Well, you could ask the trees.
I could ask the trees. No, I'm going to ask the trees. Okay, right. I've been practicing this like for a while, okay? But I've not tried it yet, so I'm like really nervous. But like, just give me a second to like get myself in the zone and get ready for this.
Okay, you psych yourself up, rubbing your hands together,
like,
totally
psych yourself
missing
up.
the look that Varuk and Kalina are giving each other, but yeah.
She takes out her loot, puts it in front of her, and she has a look around. And she goes, plants, baby, they grow. Plants, baby, they grow. All right, stop. Photosynthesizing and listen. I need some information. Something is going on in this forest, and all I have is 10 minutes after this chorus. From the emergent there to the floor. We can't take this anymore. So check out my loot. Buckalina reloads it. Plants, baby.
Okay. That's awesome. Take some inspiration. Because you obviously worked very hard on that.
Yeah.
So
10 minutes. Do you want me to read what the actual spell does?
Yeah. So is it ritual casting? Or is it?
No, just a 3rd level spell.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So
sorry, when you said 10 minutes, I was like,
it lasts 10 minutes. Yes. You imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day, gaining information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances. You can also turn difficult terrain by plant growth into ordinary terrain. I don't need that just now.
So pick a tree.
Oh, plants might be able to perform other tasks on your behalf. Yes, so I think it's just all the plants within 30 feet of me. So I will pick the tree with the green smear on it.
Okay.
So I'm kind of directing it to that tree there.
Yeah. What do you say to the tree?
Hello, Mr. Oak. I was wondering if something has passed here with some green paint on them, because I think they might have stolen something from me.
It spat on me.
It spat on you?
Rook and Kalina can't hear anything. They're just like...
Oh god, I look crazy. It spat on you? Oh, I am very sorry. Here where the paint is?
No.
Okay. Did you see where it went?
Berries.
Berries?
Berries.
It had berries with it?
With your passive perception, you look and you on the roots, you do see some berry seeds that have been eaten and spat out.
Oh. I see. It was eating berries and I'm so sorry. Here. And she wipes the seeds off of the roots.
Thank you.
Did you see where it went?
Goblin.
A goblin got it.
Goblin.
But it was a goblin.
Goblin?
Okay, so we need to find a goblin. Huh. This way? And she points in one of the directions.
You need to tell which direction are you pointing?
The direction she was walking in. So where the footprint stopped. I'm sorry. Where the footprint stopped, and then she'll just sort of so she's pointing as if she was going to carry on walking in that direction.
I do not have eyes.
Oh shit.
Sun is up.
The sun is up. Okay. I don't know what else to ask the tree. Okay, so it came through here. And a goblin got it.
Gnome.
It was a gnome, and the goblin got the gnome?
Goblin?
Goblin got the gnome. Or was the goblin actually covered in paint to pretend to be a gnome?
Gnome.
The goblin got the gnome. Okay. Right. So we now need to hunt some goblins. That might make it easier. We know what we're looking for. Okay. Great. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Oak, for your help.
No problem.
Okay, guys. The tree told me that there was a gnome, and the tree also said goblin. So I think that the goblin got the gnome.
Well, they were both raising eyebrows at you, and then when you said goblin, Varuk says, so there's a few settlements in the Vale, from what I understand. There are some goblins that live in the Vale, but they're all at Black Oak.
Well, I'm still confused about the green paint. If goblins live in the Vale, is it possible that one of them was trying to pretend to not be a goblin?
Maybe.
Or one of the gnomes was working for the goblins.
Possibly.
Okay. Let's go look for some goblins.
Well, it's a bit of a trek. I think we could probably find it. I've never been, but I think it's north. I think it's northwest.
Well, if the gnome got to here and something has happened, we should probably go back and let them know that a gnome, possibly wearing some green paint, has come out here and that goblins have them.
Right.
Let's go back and tell them. We don't need to mention the fact that something was stolen. We go back, we tell them what's happened. They're going to want to find their friend. And then we can all go to find them. Once we know they are safe and well, then I will kindly ask for the heart of the forest back.
Yeah. Maybe leave out the talking to the tree.
Why not? It is a legitimate way of communicating and finding things out.
You've still technically got it up. Just hear sunshine.
It is the sunshine. See, the tree's happy because there's sunshine. Sunshine is really good for trees.
Get off me, you squirrel.
Oh no, there's a squirrel on the tree.
Tickles.
Yeah, so as we're like walking back, like it's out for 10 minutes and it's anything within 30 feet. I don't know if I'm just like listening to trees talking.
Yeah, you listen to trees talking.
You know I'm replying to every single
it's fun.
one of them.
Yeah, there's a couple of them arguing. Your route's on my side. No, it's not.
I'm just like translating all this back. Oh, so those trees over there, they're arguing because their roots are touching each other and they don't want their roots like over each other. That's really interesting. I wonder if they can control where their roots can go. Oh, look at that one over there. She's just like...
Yeah, they're kind of conversing with each other as well. They're like, hey, you have moss on you. Where? Just there.
Made you look.
Yeah. There's another one that's like, this is my pet shrub.
Oh.
And the shrub is like, I can't get the sun. Get out the damn way.
That's a lovely shrub. I love your shrub.
It's nice. Tell him to move, the shrub says.
Could you move you're really high up from the shrub? Could you move your branch like 90 degrees to the left so that the shrub can get some sun?
I'll get right on it. Nothing happens because it's a tree.
It says I can command them to move.
You can command them to move? Does Speak with Plants do that? That's awesome.
I can get them to follow a command. They can freely move branches, tendrils, and stalks.
Oh, they can move branch.
So
yeah.
you can uproot themselves, but I can ask them to move branches and stalks at the GM's discretion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good.
I'm I'm solving all the problems.
Yeah, I literally
with
thought you
the
could just speak
different
to them,
layers
yeah.
of the forest. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
But it's like,
no,
I can give them commands.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would speak with animals, but with plants. But it's even better,
No,
right?
it's that's why it's a little higher
Yeah,
level.
I've never had to deal with this as a GM, as the speak with plants. It's quite fun. Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll be making everything speak soon.
Great. As you as you ask it, can you move it? It moves, and a little sunbeam hits the shrub, and the shrub is like, oh, that's the stuff.
I love this place.
So you have a pleasant walk back to Berryville. I think that's probably a good place. It's probably a good place to have a break.
No, what do the rest of the plants say? What do the flowers say to me?
Okay, you can imagine what the conversations that go on. We can do some more plant flower role play when we come back from the break. Anyway, until then, thank you very much, everyone who has joined us so far. I hope you're enjoying it. We're going to go take a quick 5-10 minute break, and then we will be right back to hug some trees, talk to some trees. Okay. Right. See you in a second. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Before the break, we were speaking to trees, but that's in a nutshell. No. Our party had a good time, a good night in the little town of Berryville, having a lot of very sweet mead and strong ale. They awoke in the morning to find that the Heart of the Field, the artifact that they'd been tasked to go receive from Renwick's Manor, had been taken, it seems, following the clues of some white hair, some small boot prints, heading north, some green smears that Annalise is sure is body paint. They headed into the woods of the Vale, spoke to some trees. The trees, being trees, weren't overly concise, but they did say goblin and gnome. And they decided to head back to Berryville. So, Annalise, you're heading back to Berryville?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so heading back, hoping to speak to one of the sort of people in charge that they spoke to earlier, see who is awake, basically.
Yeah, by the time you get up, there's you can see the mouse folk, I don't know, thatching their roofs and
thatching their roofs.
Yeah, thatching their roofs, doing their day-to-day business. But Mariella's hut is right there, and you can see her hanging out her washing on a washing line.
Mariella, may I?
Oh, good morning.
That's not my accent. Mariella, may I speak to you for a moment?
Hey, that's the one thing with one-on-one D&D. The only downside is that two of you have to do many accents. well, accents, voices.
Yes, good morning. Of course, may I speak to you for a moment? I think I might have some not very good news.
Oh, what's happened?
Well, we think that one of your people is possibly in some trouble.
Yeah, go on.
Well, we followed some tracks out into the woods.
Okay.
And we followed what appeared to be green body paint, some white fluff as well. And then we think that maybe goblins may have taken whomever it was.
Okay. The people that live in Berryville, they can be, what's the word? Mischievous. It's probably some shenanigan or prank. I don't know if I'd worry about it.
I should kind of like give like a side sort of look over to the others, and then just be like, I think that whoever it is that's gone missing may have taken something from me in the night.
Oh. Well, if something's been stolen, I mean, they're all good folk here. It could still be a prank.
It could, and don't get me wrong, usually I'm like, that would be fine. I love pranks.
Yeah.
But it is the heart of the field.
Oh, well,
So I'm kind of like, I don't want someone to get hurt.
that isn't good.
So we follow tracks.
Maybe
Is
if
it possible?
someone's maybe you should ask around and see if there's been any witnesses. It could still be, it could still be a prank, and I know I've said that 3 times already, but may I? And she would like reach for your ear.
Okay.
Okay, you let her. She takes from behind your ear a gold coin. Yeah. They're a funny lot around here. I'm just saying it happens.
So you think that somebody maybe has set it up as a prank?
Maybe
They
they
have
don't know
taken-
what it is.
Okay. Well, if it is a prank, then perhaps we play along with it and hopefully find it and no one is hurt.
What? Sorry. So what did you find in the woods when you followed the tracks?
Oh, well, we followed the tracks and we believe it was a gnome and the tracks just suddenly stopped.
No. Okay.
Okay, look, I can speak to plants. And I spoke to the tree. And the tree told me that it was a gnome, and the tree also said goblins. So maybe, perhaps, goblin might have taken someone.
I see. Okay. So, don't worry. I speak to plants often too.
See? And she, elbows, Kalina on that. See, look, see, not weird. Normal.
Oh
Here.
yeah. As you point to this, like I say, very very kind of Radagast looking human being, with kind of like bird poop on her and hair kind of wild. Even the washing that she's hanging out doesn't look clean. It doesn't even look like it's been washed.
Annalise is oblivious to this. She's just like, see, normal.
Exactly. The plants, they don't always, they're not always the most articulate when it comes to describing animals and people.
That is true.
Maybe ask around. I'll do some asking around and maybe ask some of the mouse folks see if they saw anything last night. I mean, you were sleeping right next to the village, so.
Okay, we will go around and we will ask. Maybe it is just a prank. Hopefully we can find it.
Hopefully.
Oh my god.
Let's go question some mouse.
Yes, let's go question the mice.
Yeah. I've definitely gone up in the world.
You know, perhaps should we all split up and we could each question different mice?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. Kalina, will you be okay questioning mice?
Yes, question them.
No, like when I say question, nicely question, like no threats.
Sure. Nicely. And she gives you a wink.
No wink. Actually, nicely.
Oh.
You're not winking.
Yes, I get it. Actually, nice.
Yes. There you go.
She takes out a knife and starts sharpening.
No, oh my gosh. Kalina, do you want to come with me?
No, it's fine. I question mouse.
Okay. I hear any mouse screams, I'm going to come for you.
Okay, no, it's fine. I'm very I can talk to mouse.
Okay, be nice to them, or else I will use my staff to make spiders follow you for a long time.
It's fine. I question mouse. How difficult can it be to question mouse?
Okay. Right, let's do this.
You will split up.
To question the mice, yes.
There's a montage of people like.
There's all the different scenes of how we're each questioning them.
Yeah. You're not here, but for the sake of like storytelling, like there's a flash to Varuk, and he's like questioning this one mouse, and he's like, okay, where exactly were you at this time? He's got his like town guard thing on. He's like writing it down. Oh well, I went to work at dawn, and then I made myself some bread, and he's just writing all this down like a full-on statement. And where are you at this time? And then it cuts to Kalina, and she just walks up to some mouse that's pushing like this wheelbarrow, and she's just like, mouse. Who me? Yes, mouse. You see anything strange? No. You'll see goblin? No. You'll see a gnome? No. And it carries on like that. What would you like to ask, Annalise?
Annalise is going to go to where all the little mice children are. And she's going to sit there on the ground, cross-legged, take her lute. I'm just going to sit and play some fun music to have them all gathering round.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, do a performance check.
17 plus 11
17 plus 11, okay.
is 28.
Sure. You got another Kaylee going on. They all come round. You've learnt some of the songs that they were playing last night. You sing them some, nursery rhymes as well, and the kids kind of join in and start having a great time. Yeah.
So once she's got all their attention, they're enjoying themselves, she stops. She's like, would you like me to play some more for you?
Yeah.
Well, I need to ask you something first, like a secret. Could you tell me a secret first?
Yep.
Right. I am looking for someone. Now, this person might have some green paint on them, and this person may have played a prank on me last night, and they may have taken something, and I'm trying to find them. Do any of you know somebody who could fit that description?
Oh, yep. There's a
Easy.
little one. Yeah. One of the little mice steps forward. She has a little bonnet on, nice little dress on. Yep, I saw something.
Oh, what did you see?
Well, last night I got up, I was thirsty, I went and got a thimble of juice, and I saw a goblin.
You saw a goblin?
Yeah. And he had a beard, though.
A goblin with a beard.
Yeah.
Ah. Which way did you see him go?
Oh, he was just hanging around. But we do see them sometimes. There's a few kind of nods in agreement.
Oh, whereabout do they live?
The goblins, they live up by the Black Oak.
Are they nice?
Sometimes.
So maybe it was a goblin that came in and took something.
Maybe. And then there's another mouse kind of shouts over. Hazel Miss said she saw something last night.
Who was that?
Shut up.
Hazel?
Shut up. Hazel Miss told me. And this mouse is like nudging her friend.
No, let them speak. Let them speak. On you go.
Yeah, I was out last night too. And her friend's like, doing what? Doing what? Nothing.
Do you want to whisper it into my ear?
I was out on my own. And her friend's like, she was out kissing with Cloud Noodle.
You were out kissing someone. Oh.
You could see a mouse blush. She like really blushes and like.
Did you see a goblin as well?
No.
What did you see?
I saw someone muttering to. Well, I heard someone muttering to themselves.
What did you hear them muttering?
I couldn't really. They were saying some weird things. I thought I recognized it. Do you speak Gnomish?
No.
No. She says a few words. But meta, you know it's Gnomish.
Okay. Gnomish.
You seem very frustrated.
What did he look like?
I didn't see him, I just heard him.
Oh, okay. So, I know there was a goblin with a beard. We know that somebody was out being a little bit frustrated and muttering to themselves. Okay, so we have something here. Okay. Well, thank you all. Now, the two of you that gave me some information, you get to request the next song.
Yay!
She'll keep playing music for them. You know, hoping that maybe other people might remember things if they get to request a song. Manipulating the mice with my music.
Yeah, they request real like sickeningly sweet songs, you know, like very like preschool Barney the Dinosaur style music that they're into. Yeah, it's just the same chorus over and over again. Yeah. Don't you guys take enough Twitch? So you play some more music for them.
And that's all she's going to do until she then heads back to the others.
Okay, you head back. I mean, there's a little kind of flash to Kalina. She's on like her like fifth mouse that she's just like springing up on, being like, "Mouse, you'll see something." And this mouse is like, my name's not Mouse. Well, I don't know. It's sorry, but did you see anything? I mean, you know me. It's Ruto. Colleen, like, oh, who? Oh, Ruto. Oh, yes. Did you see Goblin? And he's like, what? No, I haven't seen a goblin. And Varuk is still like questioning this first mouse, and he's like, then I went to see Maple, and I had a cup of tea, and then and he's still writing it all down. You eventually meet up. I'm assuming back at like Mariella's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get there when she sees other two. But, oh, what did you two find out? I found out a few things.
Oh, I found nothing.
Oh, that is a shame. What about you, Varuk?
Varuk's like, yeah, I'm going. I got a bit of information. I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow though to get the rest of his statement.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I found out that there was a goblin here last night, and the goblin had a white beard. And the goblin was seen, but also somebody else heard someone muttering, sounding really frustrated. That's actually all I found out. There was a goblin, and they suggested the Black Oak, maybe.
Yeah, well, there we go. Black Oak.
I think, like, that's a logical place to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's clearly no one in Berryville if it's, you know, bigger than a mouse.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think we go out that way. We could let Mariella know that that's where we're going. And yes, hopefully we will find it that way.
I'm going to say, for argument's sake, that kind of Mariella was kind of there. You know, you met hers, and She's kind of been
yeah, of course.
Yeah, kind of been listening to it, and it's like, yeah, it seems that there are. As she's been kind of hearing what you've been saying, she's like, yeah, that there are gnomes in the Vale, but far more goblins. It seems, like I said, it's not the most unusual thing that happens in the Vale.
Well, let's go. We will go speak to them. I'm assuming the goblins, if they are living in the Vale, I'm going to make the assumption perhaps they like it here. So maybe we go speak to them if they've got it. Who knows? Maybe they might even know something that we don't yet know about the heart of the field.
Yes, it's a settlement, and even though, likes of Trista and obviously Valerivian, the Marshal, oversee the entire Vale, there are separate, settlements like Berryville, and Black Oak is another one. The leader of which is a character.
As in, like, a nice, friendly, bubbly, welcoming character?
I think you'd like him. I think you specifically would like him.
Oh, that's probably not good then on everyone else.
Maybe not.
Okay.
He's fine. He's a little bit grumpy, but...
Well, that sounds good. Why don't we will head there now. And hopefully we will find the heart of the forest again.
Yeah. Again, for expediency, I'm going to say that she gives you directions.
Yeah.
To the Black Oak, and you can set out if you would if you so wish.
Yeah, I think they'll get ready to set out. She'll be like, okay, Mariella, thank you for your help. Hopefully we'll find them, no bother. I mean, my mimic definitely bit them, so that should help us figure out who it was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay, but have a good time. You wave goodbye, and you leave Berryville. A few of the mice kind of try and kind of chase after you and kind of follow you, a bit like kids trying to chase after a train. You're like 4 or 5 steps, and you're like overtaking them like into the distance, but they're like running, waving, like. And you're just, yeah, exactly. And you're just like dum 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 as you head out into the forest. It takes you there's a couple of hours of walking through the Vale. Even though it's very unlike the forests outside of the Vale in wider Stymhorod, where everything is very oppressive and the sky is dark, there is sunshine here, and there is birds tweeting. Every now and again you'll catch sight of animals that you might expect, things like deer and hares like popping in and out, but there are the more unusual creatures as well, giving you a very kind of like down the rabbit hole Wonderland vibe as well. Every now and again you'll see a purple rabbit kind of just hopping about. Every now and again as well you will see shrubs that will talk to you, and you're like, I haven't actually you go, oh, did I cast that spell? And then you realize that Kalina and Varuk are like looking at this shrub that has just spoken to them.
Are you gonna hear it as well?
Everyone else can hear it? Oh my god.
It's okay, you're only as crazy as I am, so you're fine.
Everyone kind of looks at each other as you pass this shrub, but it's like, look out down the road. I wouldn't go that way if I were you.
Why? What is down that way?
Oh, dangerous things.
Like goblins?
Oh, more dangerous than goblins.
Like what?
Dire goblins.
Dire goblins? What are dire goblins?
They're like goblins, but dire.
That's
This little shrub is just like is tiny. It's kind of shaking as it says it.
That is terrifying. I feel like someone's really stretching to create something there.
Yeah, it's really bad. You should turn round.
Oh, but we need to go this way. But we would thank you for your warning.
I'll go there at your peril.
It's okay. They will fear us. We are very scary.
Yes, we are brave.
Very brave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's keep going. Goodbye, shrubbery.
You walk past the shrub, and as you do, you see a centaur that's walking the opposite direction to you. Just wandering about, has a little backpack on. He seems to be like what's the word? Plaiting like daisies, making daisy chains, sort of, if you like. Maybe not with daisies, but lots of other different flowers. Doesn't really pay you any mind unless you wanted to talk to him, but he's kind of like...
She'll do that normally, like, like when you pass someone when you're on a walk, she'll like smile and like, morning.
He kind of looks up at you and... Good morning.
Did you see any goblins coming through here?
He stops. Goblins? No, haven't seen any goblins today, but if you're looking for goblins, Black Oak, up that way.
Oh, good. Thank you, sir.
Okay. And as you cross paths with him, he then, behind you, he then passes the shrub, and the shrub goes, oh, I wouldn't go that way if I were you. And you just hear the centaur go, shut up, Terrence. And he just continues past the shrub. Go that way at your peril.
Oh my god. Terrence the shrub.
As you carry on, the landscape changes. Like you're still in the woods, you're still in the Vale, but you see this twisted, kind of thorny bramble kind of aesthetic going on. It makes like a prickly wall around this kind of flat opening. It's a little bit more eerie here than Berryville, but that kind of beautiful, kind of serene eerie. It's just, it's maybe just a bit off. That the colors aren't just like green and vibrant. The colors are more like deep blue, deep purple. That, like I say, that kind of like thorn bush kind of thing. As you're walking through it, like I said, it opens up as you go through. It's like an open gate, sort of, that creates an opening from this brambled wall. And as you walk through, you start seeing creatures. But these aren't centaurs or pixies or mouse folk. These are more monstrous races. You see a few hobgoblins going about their business. They seem to be doing some sort of like trading. They have like baskets of looks like kind of fruit and other bits and pieces. You see, you can see lots of other little goblinoid creatures as well. There's a couple of maybe a little bit alarming to you, since you, considering your past adventure. There's a couple of trolls as well that seem to be just kind of like wandering about underneath the trees. They seem to be engrossed in a conversation. And you see a tent. Inside there is a table, and there seems to be some sort of meeting of goblins going on.
Oh, I'm gonna have to interrupt the goblin meeting. Okay. When she sees the troll, she's definitely going to do that kind of like squeal and hide behind Kalina for a second as they're walking past there, because like that troll was scary. And then as they get to the tent, she'll just kind of go up and just excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt your meeting.
As you have like entered the tent, you can see that they seem to be playing some sort of card game.
Oh, hello. My name is Annalise. I am looking for someone. I don't know if maybe you could help me.
Yeah, who are you looking for?
Well, I am looking for a goblin with a beard.
The goblin with a beard. I don't know. Didn't Rip have a beard at one point? No, I think he shaved it off. It was barely a beard.
I don't know. And they kind of mumble amongst themselves and like,
maybe you better go and, where are you from anyway?
Oh, that's a very long story. But today we just came from like not very far from here.
Oh, right. Well, if you're from outside the Vale, then you better go speak to Bitterbranch.
Bitterbranch?
Yeah.
What do they look like?
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that, because you've obviously drawn some attention.
and he'll kind of look over your shoulders, and you see a party of a quite intimidating looking party, even for all the monstrous people walking around here. There seems to be a load of goblins and bugbears heading your direction.
Hello.
As they approach, one bugbear who's very tall, obviously just what you'd expect from bugbear features, this kind of like scowl on his face, and approaches you, stands square. Varuk and Kalina beside you get a little bit tense. Hello, travelers. Welcome to Black Oak. How can I be of assistance? In perfect common, and starts speaking quite eloquently.
Oh, hello. My name is Annalise. This here is Varuk and Kalina. And we are looking for a goblin who may or may not have a beard and may or may not have had green paint on them.
Well, goblins are silly creatures. You hear a few. Nah, nah. Oh, I'm kidding. You're fine. Get back to your. What the hell are you playing anyway? Don't tell me. It's fine. Anyway, do you have a name for this goblin?
No, I do not have a name. I came from Berryville.
Oh,
And
Berryville.
yes, so I came from Berryville, and I had I think basically some people saw a goblin, and we think they may have maybe taken something from me, maybe as a prank. I don't know, but
well, it seems, and as he's kind of like scratching his head a little bit, you see a crow just above where you guys are kind of swoop in and land on the bugbear's head. He's like, oh, see, I don't know if we'll be able to... what? And then as it lands on his head, it pecks against his skull. Like a woodpecker. And he's like, oh, God, damn it. All right. And the crow then flies away. Well, it seems Bitterbranch has noticed your arrival. He's interested in you.
oh goody.
Great, follow me.
Okay.
And the bugbear's pleasant demeanor is like, follow me. However, his entourage is quite
It wasn't a suggestion kind of thing.
Yeah, like his entourage kind of like encircles the three of you to like escort you. to where you're heading. As you head towards like the more of the center of, like I said, it's this eerily quite picturesque. This place, it's not so much that it is like dark and dank. It is just it's like low, quite calming light. There are it's a real like greeny blue hue going on around here, and there are lanterns like hanging from the twisted branches of the older looking trees here, and the lanterns kind of give that extra bit of kind of ambiance that kind of exaggerates the kind of dull almost mist that's going on here. As the bugbears and goblins escort you, you come to what looks like a bit of an open space with like a courtyard. The floor is completely covered in foliage, dead leaves that seem to have been just led there for ages, making a real nice kind of soft, almost like a carpet. In front of you, you see a very large, old-looking, almost dead-looking oak tree, and its bark is just black, becoming more patchy as it goes up its trunk, but the majority of its trunk is completely black. And there is another, it almost looks like someone has parked another log or tree up against it, because the bark on this tree contrasts to the black bark of the oak. But then the smaller tree moves, and then you can see that it is in a position. This tree has arms and it has legs, and it is holding its hand up against the black oak. And as you approach, the bugbear says, "Well, enjoy your time here. We'll be seeing you soon." And he turns.
You're leaving us?
Oh yeah. Bit of branch will speak to you in a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice meeting you.
Oh, you too.
Yeah. And he kind of like strides off with the rest. You're then left looking at this tree person, and then he says something, and you do catch it. He says, "Yes, my lady," and then takes his hand off the tree, and he turns to you, and this is a tree person. Okay, he does have a face. This isn't an awakened shrub or awakened plant, awakened tree. This is a tree person. His skin is completely bark. His hair is branches and leaves. His beard is moss. His eyes are acorns. Travelers, I am Bitterbranch.
It is nice to meet you, Bitterbranch. My name is Annalise.
Pleasure is mine.
And Farouk.
You've caused quite a stir in the Vale.
I'm sorry.
Please sit down. And he points behind you, and 3 little log stumps appear.
Okay. She sits down.
He then saunters up to the big black oak again, and there is actually a beautiful carved chair that's beautifully carved to make it look like it is naturally grown. However, he doesn't sit on the chair. The chair is more like a throne than a chair. He doesn't sit on the chair, he just sits next to it.
Okay.
It's very rare that outsiders are suffered to live in the Vale.
So we have been told by many people now. It seems to be very unusual for us to be here.
It is. There are powerful forces that have taken interest in you.
Oh, goody. What sort of powerful forces have taken interest in us?
A friend of mine, who is the master of this entire land.
What was your friend's name?
Drago.
Don't know. I am really happy that we met because I believe Drago is someone whom I would really wish to speak with.
Well, Drago has far too much going on to investigate your appearance in the Vale. However, they have asked me to speak to you. That is why I have summoned you. But my surprise when I sent out one of my friends to go find you, and you were already here. So it seems you have seeked me out.
It would seem so. We came this way because we believed that a goblin had taken something from me, so we came this way to see if they were here.
What have they taken?
The heart of the field?
Really?
Yes.
Why do you have that? Well,
Oh.
you don't have it anymore. I see the problem.
See, I got it from the old mansion, the one that's like sinking into the ground. I was
Oh,
told
yes.
by Lazarus at Saint Sebastian that may be linked to some of the bad things that's happening. So I came to get it.
I see. Well, I may be able to help.
Oh, goody.
Who do you think has this?
Well, the description is a goblin with a beard. I know the goblin has green paint on them, and possibly it might be a fake beard. Because my mimic, I think, took a bite out of them.
Okay. Well, that's not unusual.
Really?
No. My goblins do tend to like to accessorize.
Fair enough.
I mean, Scrat doesn't even need glasses, yet he wears glasses all the time. And he, like, gestures outside the court. And you do see goblins with, like, there's a couple with, like, top hats on. And there's, like, you know, you see a hobgoblin with, like, a walking cane. There's a few weird-looking hats as well.
Oh, I get you. Okay, fair enough. Well,
But the good news is that I do keep stock of the inhabitants here. So I assure you, if one of my people has the stone, I will know.
I mean, from the sounds of it, the stone is probably better in your possession than mine anyway.
That is possible. But seeing as Drago has taken an interest in you, I would like to test your metal.
Okay. And what exactly would that involve?
The best kind of metal testing. Combat!
You want to challenge me to a fight?
Oh, not me. I am far too old and brittle. As he says that, he like scoots his butt, and you hear like a snap of a branch.
Oh my gosh.
However, we do have the Pit of Despondency. And as he bellows this, there's a few birds like just like pop out the trees just from his big like boom, and then everyone gets very excited and starts going, "Ah, the Pit of Despondency!" Ah! And they all start running off in a direction.
Oh shit.
Come, let's see what you're made of. And he gets up and just starts walking, and the three of you are just kind of.
Okay, let's go fight in the Pit of Despondency. What is the worst that could happen?
Do we follow? Okay, well, and you and Varuk just kind of, you and Colleen just get up and go, and Varuk's like, wait, what? Fighting?
So this is what we do now, Baruch. We just go.
Okay, so that you follow, and you you come to a sinkhole that is covered in kind of like soft sand, with tall sloping walls that rise to these like carved out bench seats. It's like a small coliseum, if you like. Already there are people like sitting down. You can see the goblin with like the top hat. There's one with like a monocle.
Goblin with a monocle.
There's a few of them with like a newspaper, kind of sitting down. Looks like they're doing wages. There's a hobgoblin that has like trays of little bags made of kind of dried leaves, and he's like, "Nuts, get your nuts here!" As they're all starting to crowd around. Is this what kind of fight is this?
I have no idea.
And then you didn't realize he overheard, but Bitter Branch is like, "Don't worry, this isn't a fight to the death. It's not a fight, to humiliation either, nothing like that. It's just sportsmanship. But I'm sure you can fight well. What do we say? Well, there's three of you. Usually we do, 2 versus 2. So choose who will fight, and we will choose the champions of our own."
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, you want us to choose now?
Oh no, just take your time. Take your time. And he'll like turn around and walk off. As you see the there seems to be a hobgoblin with a wooden staff, wearing all kind of robes, that has now like entered the bottom of the pit. Seems to be waiting for battle.
Okay. So I think 2 of us have to fight.
Yeah, well,
Not
who's
each other,
fighting?
I would like to fight. I think I should fight. And one of you should fight.
Well, we'll leave it up to you who you want to take.
Oh, that's mean. Don't make me decide.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, I can fight. I can fight. Me too. I don't care. You can take me if you want to.
You're both very capable fighters. Though, recently, Kalina and I have been in many, many fights together. Perhaps it is good if Kalina comes in with me, because we fight together a lot recently.
I'm happy if you want me to come with you.
Or Farouk.
No, with being man, I will fight with you if you want.
Okay.
It's fine, whatever. I've just known you since you were a kid. Whatever.
Oh, come on! This is horrible.
I'm just doing it. Just doing it to make you.
Okay.
Basically, mechanically, take one sidekick with you.
Yeah. Kalina, I would like you to fight with me. The last few days we have fought together a lot, and I think that's maybe a good idea. Varuk, something bad happens to us there. I need somebody who's big enough and strong enough to actually get both of us to safety.
Yeah, I can totally do that.
See?
Oh, and he gets like shoved by like two big trolls that are coming to go sit down. They're like twice his size. Yeah.
Maybe I can ask one of them to fight with me.
He puffs his chest. He puffs his chest out.
Okay. This is going to be fun.
Yes. Game face on.
It's fine. You could go in and they know what to expect from you. You do lots of like fancy fighting, and I just, make everything smell like apple pie. They won't know what's going to hit them.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
As you and Kalina walk into the pit, there seems to be only one opponent on the other side. As you are approaching and you're in the pit, springing down from the stands, you see a black and white satyr jump in, and as he jumps in, his like black and white striped beard looks a little bit like a referee. His black and white striped beard. He hops in, and the crowd, as if that was the moment they're waiting for to start cheering. There's a load of, and it's kind of guttural cheering because there's a lot of kind of goblinoids and trolls. There's even like an ogre kind of hanging out going, and the newspapers go everywhere. there's nothing written on them, just nonsense as it like floats down. The satyr then kind of puts his hands up, goes, "Let me explain the rules before we begin. Are you ready, everyone?" And I think we'll end the session there today.
Oh, we're gonna die in a goblin fighting pit. Great.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm sure you'll be fine. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. I had fun this episode. I have fun every episode, but I had particularly good fun. I'm glad we're back because we've been on a little bit of a hiatus as well, on and off, recently as well. Well, thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Make sure you catch us next weekend. We'll be back out normal time Saturday, 3 p.m. GMT +1. If you're not already, make sure you're in the Discord to catch up with us in between games. Okay, we will say goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you later.